HSN. We have our guest of honor, Mike Mizak, who has been curating the finest in coins for decades. Although if you could see his face, he's like Dorian Gray. He's aging in reverse, I swear. But Mike, first of all, it's a pleasure to have you here. It's good to hear that you're social distancing and being safe from afar. So Mike, in these 2 hours, now we wait for you to do primetime shows, and it's always fun to have you here because you know we learn so much. But you actually have some splaining to do. You always bring in the best of the best of the best of your inventory for prime time. Mike, now tell me a little bit about this emergency silver eagle, because that's one of the highlights of this show.
Well, it's the highlight, and probably not only the highlight of the show, it's probably the highlight of the year for coins, maybe the decade. I've been doing this for quite a while. I'm oldish, as you mentioned earlier. In all the years I've been selling coins on television, all the years, this is the single best-selling item we've ever sold. It's the single best-selling item we've ever sold. The story is truly amazing. So what we have is the 2020 American Silver Eagle, which of course, you and I have been selling this all year. The United States government decides to change the design of the American Silver Eagle. All of a sudden, the 2020 by itself is the single most collectible silver eagle in the history of the United States Mint, bar none. But now, because of current events, if you will, the United States Mint had to shut down the West Point Mint for the very first time in its history. And in an effort to try to keep up with production of the 2020, they're, I don't know, tens of millions of coins behind. They started to make a few coins for 12 days at the Philadelphia Mint, 240,000 coins. That's it. That's all they've ever made. That's all they're going to make at the Philadelphia Mint in this special emergency production. The United States Mint announced this, said how many they were going to do, gave us a way to find the coins, and we went out and, in essence, found all the coins, and these are those coins.
Well, and Mike, the big thing for me is a couple of things. I know we want to get that preemptive information, out of the gate, especially if you're a new collector who's discovering us for the very first time. I'm a little nervous saying this. Jared, I'll defer to you, the man in the booth. Still 90-day return policy? See, now I'm making Jared nervous. He's like, I think so. Flex pay, $72. See, so it's kind of like the Ron Burgundy delivery.
Right.
90-day return policy.
It's all of those things. But here's the thing. It almost doesn't matter on this coin, I have to be honest with you. This is one of the most significant coins ever released, ever put out by the United States Mint. There's just no doubt about it. When this hit, when we figured this out about 10 days ago, we sprang into action. And when we do that, we went in, we jumped in both feet. I knew this was going to be the most significant coin put out by the United States Mint probably in the last 20 years. And I think the best way to understand kind of what's going on is if you look behind the coin itself, there's a letter. And this is from the Department of the Treasury. It was a Freedom of Information Request Act that said, we know you made some coins at Philadelphia, please explain yourself. And so they wrote this letter, and it was dated April 27, 2020. And I'm going to read it real quickly, and then I'll kind of summarize. In the light of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, the United States Mint has temporarily reduced production in its facilities in order to reduce the risk of employee exposure to COVID-19. The health and safety of the Mint workforce remains our highest priority. Typically, American Silver Eagle coins are minted at the West Point Mint facility. However, due to the reduced production at the West Point Mint facility, amid the coronavirus pandemic from April 8th until April the 20th, those are the key dates, they made these coins at Philadelphia. Now, if you go further down there, it just says these monster boxes that were made at Philadelphia were affixed with a type label explaining the box tracking number. Additionally, the box tracking numbers were handwritten directly on the boxes, and they were box tracking numbers, and this is key, 400,000 through 400,079. So do the math on that. There's 480 boxes out of what amounts to almost 500,000 boxes that have already been made. So now you can understand the rarity of this subset of the most popular Silver Eagle ever made by the United States government. Now, one thing that we did do is see this letter. You're going to, when we ship the coin, we're going to give you a copy of the letter. Okay, so everybody can see this and go over it. Now, the other thing about this is they didn't affix a Philadelphia Mint mark to this. So the only way that you can get this coin is to have it certified. You have to get that original monster box that they talked about in the letter. There's 25 tubes of 20 coins in a green box that's then sealed, and then it had this special Philadelphia label on it. That entire sealed box, which is not sold by the Mint directly to the United States public, must then go directly to the grading company, and they have to open it on premise to be able to certify the provenance. In other words, that this is one of the emergency production coins from the Philadelphia Mint. It is absolutely unprecedented, almost. In 2015, the Philadelphia Mint kicked in a little bit and helped out in a supplemental mint. And it wasn't because of, current events. It wasn't because they shut down the Philadelphia or the West Point Mint. It's just because they did. So the 2015 P, go try to find that coin. It's going to be between $3,000 and $10,000 today in Mint State 70, with approximately the same mintage, a little bit less. So the key to this is not just that it's the best year in the history of the American Silver Eagles. 2020 American Silver Eagles, the last year of issue. Remember, they're changing the design next year. Already the most popular Silver Eagle in the history of the United States Silver Eagle bullion program. Not only is it a tiny sliver, a microcosm, if you will, of the entire production of this particular coin. Not only is it all those things, but it's then also certified Mint State 70, absolutely, positively perfect. And so you put all of those things together, and now, instead of $3,000 or $4,000 or $6,000, we have it for $289.95. And of course, Annex first day of issue is exclusive to us here at HSN.
Now, what's interesting, Mike, and I always defer to you, as you know. I mean, yes, we've got FlexPay, which is, in the world of coins, period, even if this didn't have the kind of legacy story that it does, I mean, that would be important. Yes, 90-day return policy, but we also, along with that red oak presentation box and the letter, the first day of issue, it's certified, you're getting the real deal. You also are not limiting quantities, correct?
No, not at this point. And because, look, I've always done that deal, say limited to 5. It's like, look, right. What is this? This is America. I mean, you can buy what you want. However, it is limited to the limited edition that you see right there. Now, you have to understand, when we found out about this, like I said, we found out early. We jumped in with both feet. I'm estimating that we bought somewhere between 15 and 25% of all the coins in existence. And for me to be able to do that, and I bought all of those coins, 2,347 of them will be Annex first day of issue, exclusive to us here at HSN, out of all those thousands and thousands of coins. Because here's the other part. If you look in the middle of the letter, it tells you at the Philadelphia Mint that they manually pack these coins.
Oh, wow.
And when they do that, when people start putting hands on them, then all of a sudden, getting that perfect grade, Mint State 70, becomes almost impossible. And these coins grade horribly. Horribly. So in other words, Mint State 70s, there's only 240,000 coins in existence. I bet you if you graded every single solitary coin, not even 50,000 of them would probably grade 70, not just in Annex, but in any of the services. So that gives you an idea, the incredible percentage that we were able to get of the existing coins. And by doing that and getting in early, I can give you a price instead of $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 with the 2015 Philadelphia Mint coins, it's $289. So you've got this incredible collectability, and then we've coupled that with amazing affordability. That's what makes this, I think, the greatest numismatic collectible I've been able to offer in all of the decades I've been here at HSN.
Well, I mean, I hope if people are listening, and I know they are because this is proving to be wildly popular. We have hundreds and hundreds of people who are joining us. If you are new, of course, the coin collector, Mike Mizak, is the guy, not just at HSN, but really within the industry. So I always say the information is worth the price of admission when Mike is here. But if you are looking truly for a legacy coin, and for Mike to be saying, really not only a historic coin, whether you are an avid collector, whether you're a new collector, whether you're looking for a coin of importance, if you're gonna do one coin to really set the platform or the foundation for a future or an existing or just a one and done collection, This would be, in my own opinion, a fantastic place to start when you consider the 90-day return policy, you get the certification, you get the Red Oak presentation box, you get the flex pay. Mike, at the end of the day, like you said, 2020 was a historic year from the design standpoint, but then you factor in the pandemic, and like you said too, just the number of pieces being produced does not guarantee that you will have the same return on that perfect grading. And describe again the grading. So if they are new to coin collecting, you know, like Bo Derek was a perfect 10, you grade on a different system than the rest of the world. It's 70 point, or how would you describe that?
Yeah, we do that. I mean, you know, in coin collecting, as in any collecting, the single most important determining factor of value is really condition. The higher the grade, the more it's worth. In coin collecting, for whatever reason, we grade on a 70-point scale, not 100, not 10. So 70 is perfect, and it matters. In Silver Eagles, for instance, 1986 American Silver Eagle, Mint State 69, we sell it for about $79. In Mint State 70, it's a $500 coin. That's the difference that grade makes. And so to get this coin, which is incredibly hard to get in high grade because they were manually produced and manually packaged, there's so few coins to start with. To get it in Mint State 70 is phenomenally difficult. And then for us to be able to sell this at $289.95 is truly amazing. Because like I said, the only other coin that's similar to this is absolutely positively the 2015 P. And the 2015 P that they have, that was the supplemental mint, was done at the Philadelphia Mint to help out the West Point Mint again. That coin, $3,000 to $10,000, very similar mintages. And that was just a regular year, 2015. 2020, understand, stands on its own. The United States Mint last year decided they were going to change the design of the American Silver Eagle, the reverse design. That means this is the end of the series. This is the legacy coin, the transition coin. This is a cataclysmic change in numismatics. The first time they've changed the design of the American Silver Eagle in 35 years. By law, they can't change it for another 25. Almost by definition, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, just the 2020 Eagle. But now we've got this tiny microcosm of collectability that, because of current events, as the Mint letter stated, because of the coronavirus pandemic, they had to shut down the West Point Mint for 12 days, and the Philadelphia Mint helped out. And they were only able to do 210,000 or 240,000 coins. And of those, only a handful of those are going to grade perfectly. And that's what we have here. We got in early. We got in big. In other words, we got as many coins as is humanly possible. I think we have the almost 20-25% of all the coins in existence, and that's what we have. Amazing, unbelievable collectability at an incredibly, phenomenally affordable price given the rarity and desirability.
Well, hey, Mike, here's what's happening. Well, first of all, again, thank you. And if you're new to, we're getting a lot of new shoppers on this. The one thing I want to advise you, though, is you do need to shop now. It's rare that we get to see, or at least hear, Mike in prime time, and this is advantageous for a lot of reasons. I think things in life are guided. Certainly a historic point in history, a historic coin for a lot of different reasons, but because of all the ramifications and the limited availability and the grading and the certification and the first day of issue, all those things that factor in, if you are new, you do need to make that selection now. Because Mike, I don't know if do you have this plan for any other shows? Because I can tell you right now, we are well above what they anticipated selling in this presentation. I mean, what's going on in terms of what you have or shows? Because at this point, you're way above of projections.
Well, let's put it this way. Before you and I started this show, 500 were already sold.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so before you and I even go on the air, 520% is gone. I don't anticipate, I mean, you know, my next show's in a week or 2 weeks, I think, something like that. I think it's May 31st. Doesn't matter, these will be gone. I suspect we will sell these out today. We could well sell them out right here, right now. I know we have hundreds of folks on the phone right now, and I understand that. This is an important coin. It is an important coin from a numismatic standpoint, the fact that it's this last year of issue. It's important coin because it's this supplemental, this Philadelphia Mint, where it was only struck for these 12 days, and it was manually done, kind of old school. The government doing their very best to keep up, because the West Point Mint, They estimate they made 240,000 coins in Philadelphia. They estimate, or I estimate certainly, that the West Point Mint is about 20 million Silver Eagles behind right now. You can't get regular Silver Eagles, let alone the emergency issue perfect 70s. That's the amazing part about this. And then the thing is, look, I got to be honest. We could have done $3.99. We could have done $4.99. We could have done $5.99. Probably could have sold them all. At $289, we have made this, and then with the 4 FlexPay, we've made it so phenomenally affordable for one of the most significant coins ever released by the United States government. Like I said, we're going to give you that letter too. If people want to take a look at that letter that we have, that's from the Treasury that tells you why this coin even exists, how this coin even exists, how we knew that we could go get this coin and then have it certified and make it available to you. And of course, with Annex, first day of issue, that's exclusive to us anyway. So this is absolutely positively for Annex first day, the lowest price you can pay, absolutely, positively, 100% guaranteed.
Well, and at this point, it is only as long as supplies last. So, it might be a poor analogy, but I'm gonna make it anyway. I mean, they talk about the people who lived through the Depression. They talk about, people who, lived through the World War I and World War II eras. They're already talking about the quarantine kids and how this is it's obviously a global experience. So that being said, I mean, a historic coin would have been the case with the 2020 year regardless. But then, of course, factoring in all of the significant events that we have all faced and dealt and are living with across the globe. I don't know that I've said this when I've worked with you, Mike, but to me, this is a must-have opportunity. And that's whether you're a collector or not. And no kidding, again, a poor analogy, but I'll make it anyway. Mike, kudos to you because you really held your value proposition. Listen, if people are price gouging me on toilet paper, and toilet paper is an expendable, don't worry, they'll make more because they can and eventually will. Don't worry, don't make more because that's not something, that doesn't apply with the coin. And that's really kudos to you because the truth is you could have kind of set the market price on this.
Yeah, there's no doubt. We could have set the market price significantly higher. But look, at the end of the day, we heard about this early. We jumped in. We bought literally tens of thousands of coins, sent them out to be certified. I wish they certified a little bit better so we could have upped this number. But the fact of the matter is they certify in 70 very poorly. Understand this coin, it has to be certified. You can't get an uncertified Philadelphia minted emergency response coin, if you will. And the reason behind that is it's the United States Mint makes all these mint state Silver Eagles homogeneous. There's no mint mark to it. So the only way to do this is for the full sealed monster bucket, what they call it, holds 500 coins. That has to go still sealed directly from the mint right to the grading company. And that's what we were able to do. We were able to get almost a truckload of these things. And that's 100% what's happening. That's 100% why I was able to do $289.95. That's the critical part of this and the critical part of your opportunity. And the United States Mint, that letter explains the entire thing that you can see right there. And so we've got that right there. And you're going to get the letter. We're going to make a copy of the letter and send it to you because this is not only numismatically important, I mean, this is just like American history important. I mean, this is one of those things, what happened in the time of quarantine? And this is one of those results of that. Look, coins are markers in time anyway. I mean, just by virtue of the date that they have. But now add in that it's not just a marker from a date standpoint, but now it's a marker from an actual something that happened standpoint. They had to shut down the West Point Mint. And it was because they had to disinfect the mint for 12 days. And during that time, they're so far behind before all this. They're so far behind on 2020 Silver Eagles, because they're so phenomenally popular because of the 2020 year, the last year of issue, the Philadelphia Mint did what they could. And like I said, by making them by hand, I mean, they made 240,000. They're going to make 100 million 2020 Eagles, somewhere around in there, 70 to 100 million. 240,000 will be these emergency Silver Eagles, and of that, only a tiny fraction will be absolutely perfect Mint State 70. The only thing that even comes close to this in modern numismatics is the 2015 P, also very difficult because it was made at the Philadelphia Mint to get in 70. That coin is thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So we have this coin that's so phenomenally popular, that's so phenomenally and incredibly collectible, but then we've made it so phenomenally affordable. That's the thing I think that is so cool about it. And of course, they do have the red oak presentation box. I don't think we've shown it, but we need to show that because you want to be able to present it proudly as well. It's that important. It's important numismatically. It's important from an American history standpoint as well.
Absolutely. Hey, here's what's happening though. Oh, by the way, Jared, is that correct? Is there any VIP financing on this? No. Okay, I just wanted to double check because at this point we do have one. Now, FlexPay, just so you're aware, you can use PayPal, debit card, any major credit card. That is available to anyone watching or shopping or learning or listening for the very first time. Welcome into HSN. I can tell you, I do not say this lightly, I think if you are tuning in for the first time, this is kismet, this is really serendipitous that you are watching us because this is a place, this is a landmark moment. It is a legacy coin and done and presented in a form and a fashion that quite frankly, only Mike Mizek can do. Mike, you talk about how they had to spend almost 2 weeks sanitizing the mint. And one of my questions to you was, because you are such an established force in the industry, and when I say you really are, you know, we say Andrew Lessman is our health and wellness expert, but nationwide, he's the guy. I mean, in coin collecting, you are the guy. I would imagine the fact that you do have the position that you have, that also meant that you were able to deal with the U.S. Mint and even have that chain of provenance to make sure that we even had these available, I would imagine.
Well, here's the interesting part. I didn't buy them from the U.S. Mint. I can't.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, they only sell them to what are called authorized purchasers. There's 12 of them in the United States. Now, I do have relationships with them.
Gotcha.
Okay, and that's how I got our coins. Okay, so United States Mint, you know, released this on an allocation basis, you know, whichever boxes they had left, to the authorized purchasers, and we know them all. And we went and said, how many will you give me? How many will you give me? How many? First day. How many? Take them, take them, take them, take them, take them. Whatever they would give me, we took. And we did it first day, boom, just like that. We got every single solitary box that was humanly possible to pick up. Every single solitary box. We then sent them into the grading company. We had hoped with the tens of thousands of coins that we were able to get, like I said, only 240,000 total coins, that we would have 5 or 8 or 10,000 Mint State 70s. It's such a significant coin. It's such a phenomenal coin. But no, they just don't grade that well. So instead of, you know, double this number, triple this number, quadruple this number of coins, this is what we end up with, 2,347. Now, I do have to mention, coming up in the next hour, and if you go to hsn.com, I do have other grading services. We sent some to Annex. We sent some to NGC. We sent some to PCGS. We had some at ICG, all the 4 major grading companies. I don't know that I've ever offered in a show all 4 grading companies. All 4 grading companies on a coin. It's that important. It's that important. We've got all the coins, but this is what we call the bell cow, if you will, because this is the first they've issued us. And all of our labels for all of those are 100% exclusive to me and to HSN.
So that's what you call the core, right, Mike? I mean, so that's...
Well, no, just the label. See the label up there?
Okay, there we go.
And for this one, it's the designation first day of issue.
Gotcha.
Now, in NGC or PCGS first day of issue, you know, if you meet the criteria, anybody can get it. In Annex, I'm the only person that can sell first day of issue.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so it's not just the core, that designation of first day of issue, which is critically important, that designation is 100% exclusive to HSN. You cannot buy Annex first day of issue anywhere but right here.
Wow. I mean, there are so many reasons to go for this, and certainly we can see that in your response with hundreds and hundreds of you joining us. Well over 1,000 of these already gone. I can tell you for a fact, Mike will have shows at the end of the month. There is no way this coin would be available. I mean, I'm just using that. That's speculative at best, but I know what happens with Mike's shows in particular is a lot of us watch and listen and write down item numbers. This is not one of those instances where I would recommend doing that. Certainly you can shop 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, but this is one of those opportunities where you really do need to strike while the iron is hot. So in any way or form that you shop, whether it's mobily or call that toll-free number or use our app or go to hsn.com, whatever you do, I would really recommend reserving at least one of these. You can do that flex pay of a little over $70, $72.49. We zip it off to you. There is a 90-day return policy. You get that red oak presentation box, you get that letter. And Mike, like you said, you get that first day of issue, which no one can do but you.
That's right, and here at HSN. So once again, it's the 2020 Eagle. Let's remember that. It's the end of the era. They're changing the Eagle next year, so that's collectible. But this is that special emergency production that was done for 12 days and 12 days only at the Philadelphia Mint to just try to kick in and help the West Point Mint where they were shut down disinfecting it. That letter explains everything. You're going to get a copy of that letter. It is this, like I said, it's not just numismatic history, and it's perfect numismatic history. It's affordable. It's collectible. It is, as we know with, the coronavirus pandemic, it's ubiquitous. And this is one of those things that comes out of it that is, with the United States Mint just doing the best they can. Just doing the best they can to stay on top of this, to make sure that everybody can get as many silver eagles as they want. And this tiny little sliver of the Philadelphia minted coins are absolutely critical. And what we've done is made them affordable. And that's the thing I'm proudest of. The 2015, their same situation, $2,000, $4,000, $6,000 coin. This is $289.
Well, and let's be honest. Yeah, hard to acquire, but certainly not the kind of global situation that we're dealing with now. So you've sold more than double what they anticipated in this hour. So I definitely recommend, again, if you're within the sound of our voice, absolutely, you should call to get yours. Mike, we've also got like a little itty bitty presentation available as well. Is that correct? We've got something else?
Yeah, it's the same coin. Well, this is the Mint State 70s. I told you the Mint State 70s are very, very difficult to get, right?
Right.
Well, it means I end up with Mint State 69s.